everyone, so looks like Black Panther to Wakanda Forever early ticket sale numbers here, and when I read this article from Deadline, looks like this movie, it is, I guess, it's a little bit behind than the 20% behind than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And when I see this number, I'm like little surprised it's behind Doctor Strange 2. Although I guess Doctor Strange 2, it was like it was front-loaded, spoiler-filled movie, so I could see that movie open to such a huge number, did end up almost making $1 billion. So that's really good sign for this movie. But although this movie, it is little behind the early ticket sale than the first Black Panther movie, but this movie can't be compared with the first Black Panther movie, because the first Black Panther movie, it was starring Chadwick Boseman, and that movie was the event, like everybody was excited to see. Not that this one people are not excited to see. I think this movie also will open to, I do think it could still open to $200 million. So this movie's Rotten Tomatoes score right now is 85% fresh. Although it was sitting and Rotten Tomatoes score is 93% yesterday. I guess it did drop a little bit, although the first Black Panther movie did had a higher Rotten Tomatoes score, and that movie was highly anticipated. Not that this one isn't, but this movie's overall, I think, how it will do at the box office. That is what I think. Personally, I think it will depend how audience reacted to this movie. Although I always thought critic would like this movie. I have not seen it. This movie will be open everywhere tomorrow, Thursday. I am very excited to see this movie. I'll be seeing in the weekend. So this movie, good news is it doesn't have a lot of spoilers, so you don't have to worry about it seeing it opening weekend. This is not that kind of movie, and that is why I feel like this movie isn't like as like it's not expected to open as big as Doctor Strange. Like early prediction for this movie is $175 million to $200 million. Could this movie be still open to $200 million? I think it could open to still. It depends on the word of mouth. And again, I always suspected this movie from the trailer. This movie looked like it is like it's end of the day, as I was saying, like I don't feel good saying this, but end of the this is a female centric movie. Audience don't always react to this kind of movie very kindly. That is why I feel a little afraid it still could open $200 million. Based off of that people's word of mouth, it could still do that, because this movie is the order, but because you see the Rotten Tomatoes score did drop from yesterday to today. So there is a little bit like critics are, not all the critics are loving it. Then again, we don't know until we see it for ourselves. Then again, as I was saying, the audience, they will decide how much they like this movie. And end of the day, it's sad, you know, Black Panther movie without Black Panther. What can you do about it? How they made this movie? Of course, Marvel probably expecting huge box office from this. And this movie is expected to open $350 million at the worldwide market. That is a huge number. This movie will easily cross that $1 billion, I think, personally. It's depend on the audience again. Although you cannot see like this based on this people on YouTube. If they are excited with this movie we hit, it doesn't matter. People are here on YouTube, they're excited. Real people, the normal audience, they need to be excited about this. That is why that is how of course the Top Gun Maverick did such well at the box office. I think this movie, it need to win over general audience. Although some people are really angry at Marvel, why didn't they recast T'Challa? Would that hurt this movie's overall box office number? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this movie still will do really well. I do think it will cross that $1 billion because everybody's praising that movie. But all these movies people are praising, they're on YouTube. You have to see how normal people they react to it, which I know by Friday. That is what I think personally. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this number? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget my other videos on other Black Panther news. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.